So here are the tomatoes that we picked this morning that aren't quite ripe. We got this many that are. This is a 25 quart pan. We're going to boil water to scald them in. There are onions and garlic that we picked this morning. We got our sweet corn here. And then we've got yesterday we did our black beans, so we took some black beans, dry ones. We put a scant cup in a quart jar and put them in our pressure canner. So a scant cup into a quart, fill it up to the shoulder with water, 90 minutes at 15 pounds because we're over 5,000 feet. And then that's what we'll use for black beans, and we'll see if we can't document the process of our black bean and corn salsa. And then these are bell peppers that we picked out of the garden and froze from last year that we just want to get used up. You can pick fresh ones, we've got some, but we want to use these up. So just to give you an idea, I think I said it, I don't remember or not, but that's a 25 quart pan, so we'll start ladling out. Here, Lori. Don't touch it. Yeah, I was going to say I got it going. Let me pause it instead of stop it when we're done. So you get the idea with that. Right, so when you're scalding, I don't know if you can see, but sorry, shadows. How's that? Then we'll just let them sit for a couple, 3 minutes and drain them, and then let them cool off. So if I had to guess, I don't know, 15, 20 years of Cornish, 20-ish, something like that. And I'll just take a knife and a cutting board and cut it off the cob. We'll get there. So Lori's skinning tomatoes. And I've started working on the corn there, you can see. Again, that's a 25 quart pail or pan, I believe. That's the progress she's made. And I'm halfway done with the corn. So we'll cut the corn off, and then when I like to watch a YouTube channel called Cooking with the Blues, Daddy Jack's Cooking with the Blues. See, I'm losing some there. But he taught me something that I think has made a lot of difference. It's called milking the cob, right? So you run the knife like this, and then we'll make sure Al gets a good picture. But he pointed out that right there is where there's a huge bunch of flavor. Then can you see the cob? See how it's, I mean, it's clean down to the bottom. So I'll do one more and we'll press on. Those kernels falling off are for the dog. Gotta watch out for the dog. Treat him good too. And then give it the old milking, but that gets all of it all the way down to the cob out. It's kind of that mushy stuff. It'll be great in the salsa. Right. Okay, so on the right we just got some, I think I did 3 heads of garlic. Those are bulb garlic, and some red onions and white onions. So when you're making it, I mean, how many do you put in? I don't know. If you like garlic, put more in. If you don't like garlic, don't put as much. Same with onions. You want a lot of onions in your salsa, onion it into death. We're just going to take them, cut them up, and really go by look, and then we'll taste it once we start. Lori's really making progress on the tomatoes. She's just got a few left. So my guess is this is going to be, by the time everything's in there, 15, 16, 17 quarts, something like that. We'll find out. So what we do now is this is how we get some of this juice out of here, so we don't have to cook it down so much. And you can decide how much you want. If you, I'm going to end up putting some tomato paste in here to thicken it up as well, just because saves so much time cooking it down. I mean, you don't have to take it out. We just like ours thicker. And then we'll end up canning this tomato juice on the side. Okay, so I put the peppers in there. They're in big chunks because we like it chunky. If you don't like it chunky, cut them up. I really rough chop the onions. I'm assuming no one needs to watch me do that because I have no knife skills. And then this pasty stuff right here is the head and bulb garlic, and I took like a couple of cups of the juice out of this and put it in the food processor until it's like super minced. I love garlic. I just don't like big chunks. If you do, leave it chunky. And then I'll get the black beans in there. Oops, I started stirring it, sorry. So I got black beans and a couple cans of tomato paste in there. I'm going to stir that up and start cooking it. If it's not as thick as I like, I have two options. I can put in more tomato paste, or I can let it cook. The only seasonings that I use, we're going to use some you know, the one stuff. Some salt and some cumin and a little bit of red pepper flake, and that's it. So it turned out to be more than I thought it was going to be. I did put a couple more cans of tomato paste in it, but that's nice and thick. So at this point, I'm going to just bring it up to a boil. Bring it up to a boil and throw it in jars and put it in the pressure canner, and off we go. Oh, you know what I should do before? I gave you bad information, so I am going to go get, I'm going to put salt, paprika, cumin, sorry for that. How do you like that? Salt, paprika, cumin, and lemon juice in this, just to taste. If you like yours a little tartar, a little more lemon juice. Yep, should be good. Can't remember what I said and what I didn't, so this is it. We're just going to bring this to a boil, and then we'll put it into jars and throw it in the pressure cooker. So I think it's like 75 minutes for pints. I shouldn't even say that. I know it's 90 minutes for quarts. At 15 pounds. And yeah, so that's how we do black bean and corn.